You all set? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call to order this regular meeting of the Killingly and the Wetlands Watercourse Commission, and we'll start with a roll call. You're right here, we'll make you keep doing this.
Okay. Paul Archer?
Here.
Corina Torrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, online. Chris McDonald?
Here.
Rodney Galton?
Here.
Amy Sterling? Rainey Legault?
Here.
And Sandy Eggers?
Here. Okay, our first item will be adoption of the minutes of the August 4th, 2025 regular meeting. I had looked at some of that.
Motion to adopt the minutes as presented.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to adopt the minutes of the August 4th, 2025 meeting as they were presented. Any changes or additions?
Yeah,
Okay.
one.
Yep, which fine.
My last name is MC, not MAC. It's easy.
Isn't one,
MC.
yeah, but isn't one like Irish and one
Irish is
Scottish?
Mick, Scottish is, Mac
Yeah.
is Scottish.
Okay. So we do have that one correction. So do we have a motion to accept as corrected?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, wait a minute, roll call again. Karina, we don't want you to miss any of this.
It's all good.
Paul Archer?
Abstain.
Okay.
You were not here. You were playing golf.
Yeah, well, let me get
You
one.
were.
Other one. Sorry. Okay. Paul Archer abstains. Rodney Galton?
Yes.
Chris McDonald?
Yes.
Corina Torrey?
Yes.
And Sandy Eggers?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay, citizens' participation. Once again, I'm assuming, Paul, you are here for an application. Okay, first item would be unfinished business, application 25-1611 of Stephen Bergeron. It's for construction of a single-family residence with all of the amenities. It's on a free split at 114 Bear Hill Road.
I do apologize for anyone watching on Facebook. Turn that one off. So for anyone watching on Facebook, we don't have the ability to switch cameras right now. So if anyone is interested in any maps, because they can't see them online, they're welcome to come to the Planning and Development Office at the Town Hall. We can always share with them any of the maps that are presented tonight.
Do we have a large set or no?
We do. Hold on.
Amy, come on over. We can all gather around the large set. You have to, by Connecticut statute, you have to hold it for a month. Okay, we've got the health department.
There have been
Oh, we've got two? Okay.
There have been revisions since we originally received the application, partly to comply with comments previously made by the commission, as well as to address all of the town engineer's comments, which I believe have all been done.
Yes.
Yep.
For the record, Paul Terwilliger, licensed surveyor with PC Survey
I
Associates,
don't know, it's
representing
something
the
with this
applicant.
easement to the town.
Is this on? It's not really picking me up.
They put that in themselves. Okay, I didn't happen to catch, did you happen to give them your name, Paul?
Yes.
Just for the
Yep.
record, okay.
Yep.
Okay, before we even start,
Okay.
Paul was just asking about your non-disturbance buffer. That seems to go all the way around?
Yeah, the 25 feet, that's in your regulations, I believe. So,
We never usually have anyone actually mark it out like that, do we?
no.
Yeah, 25 foot
Hey,
is that.
it's in your
set-
regulations, so
Yep.
it's
I
on.
think the hearing,
I just want to show you that we can do that. If you want us to do that, we can. If not, that's fine, you know. It will fit, but But,
I don't think we ever have anyone actually mark it, do we?
so anyway, we've got a 2-acre free split lot from a 16-acre piece of property. The existing house on the property is completely on the other side of there's a wetland that runs through the middle of the property, and the existing house is on the other side, so we're hundreds of feet away from where the existing house is. The wetlands were field delineated by Joe Thoreau. We had soil testing done. The groundwater table was between 2 and 3 feet. Required an engineered design septic system, which you have before you. We're proposing, well, not the mantises, because those are hard to get the equivalent to the mantis now, the yard
Yardman?
filter.
Is it Yardman or Yard?
I think it's a yard filter
Yard
is
filter?
what they
Okay.
call it, which gives it a smaller profile on the septic system, so that we have a smaller footprint, keep it away from the wetlands further. We were able to keep it 75 feet from the wetlands. It's as far away from it as we could get and still fit the house and meet all the setbacks for the zoning requirements. The building itself, we're proposing, the closest point is to the finger of wetland that sticks up over on the east side of the lot. We're about 54 feet to a deck from there. Again, your regulations, I believe, require 50 feet to structures. Your regulations want 100 feet to septic system. But like I said, with the constraints on the size of the lot, we can make 75, which is equivalent to what the well setback on the health code is from a septic system. So I would think that would alleviate any pollutant concerns. Proposing a raised ranch house, so it won't be going deep into grade. We've got
But you still have a footing drain or no footing?
We're gonna have a footing drain, yeah, because this easterly side is gonna actually be into grade. Originally, when I had submitted the application, we were proposing the whole thing slab on grade, and we didn't have a foundation drain due to that. But we're now proposing a foundation drain that's gonna outlet over on to the north, over on the edge of the wetland area. For erosion control, we're proposing silt fence around the clearing limits. And when they do the clearing, they'll berm up the wood chips around the perimeter. That'll keep any runoff, from entering down into the wetland area. So there'll be a wood chip berm and then the silt fence in front of that.
Paul, what was the existing well used for?
That was to the existing house on the other side of the wetland. There was a line that
my
ran all the way
God.
through the.
Why?
Yeah.
So.
It's an old well. I mean,
And they're still gonna use it?
no. I've got a note on, is it this plan? Did I submit the other plan? I thought I did.
I don't see it.
No, I don't think you did.
I don't see
No.
the proposed well.
Oh, yeah, there's a.
Yeah, there's a proposed well in the front of the house.
Okay.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask about the existing well.
Yeah, the existing well, we can maintain the separating distance, so we're just gonna leave it. And,
Okay.
we don't wanna disturb, it's in the wetland, so we don't wanna do any disturbance if we don't have to. And we can meet the setbacks, so we shouldn't have to do anything to
So
it.
is it gonna be capped on the other side, the well line?
I think it's already been cut.
Okay.
He's got a new well
Okay.
at the house. He's
Is
got
that
a drilled
one
well.
like the 10 of them we have on our property, that's
Yeah,
16
yeah.
feet stoned up wells?
Right, yeah.
So
It's
they're
basically
everywhere.
just you dug hole
Yeah,
in the
they're
wetlands,
everywhere.
Okay.
stoned around,
They
and,
are.
yeah,
I bet we have at least.
One of those historic wells.
yeah.
Historic well.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
it's a historic well, it has a lot of meaning to me.
That's it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
The wood chips are burned up,
Yeah.
and what happens when they decay?
Well, I would say that when after the vegetation has come in and they remove the silt fence, they could rake out the chips into the ground there.
We usually
I would,
don't,
I would prefer to have the berm left in place,
Either way.
because it'll just
Yeah.
decompose.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yes,
And everything will just grow on it anyhow.
yes, correct.
So you're saying it becomes unnecessary after construction?
Right, it's just temporary.
Mhm.
It's there for during the construction activity.
Yeah,
Once the vegetation is established, then you shouldn't have
Yeah, we pretty
any
much,
washout.
on all of our construction sites, we just leave the wood chip berm in place and
Yeah.
it just decomposes.
Yeah,
most of the wood chips are created on site too, so it's not like introducing from outside sources, they're not dyed or
right,
anything
right.
like that.
They have to clear that area anyway, so they're
Yep.
gonna generate their own wood chips.
So it doesn't look like much of anything jumping out.
I will say I was confused last month when I didn't see a foundation drain.
foundation.
Yeah,
Wasn't a
Good.
foundation.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I was looking at the groundwater, I said, boy, that's gonna be.
Well, originally it was gonna be a slab on grade, so you'd be above
Yeah.
anyway, so you wouldn't have any usable space below grade, so it wouldn't be
Right.
required.
What are you using for the reserve area to make that box so much smaller than the?
It's the double wides.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Little fella.
the reason this is as long as it is due to MLSS, which is a requirement on the length of the trench that the health department has. The reserve area does not have to meet that.
Does not have to be MLS.
No.
So the separation distance from like the D box and, doesn't matter, like from the actual tank for that reserve, there's no like set
There's-
distance?
No, as long
Okay.
as it can connect, it'll work. Yeah. And this has been reviewed and approved by the health
Yep,
department.
you have their letter.
And your B100?
Both, yes.
Yeah. The, free split.
I think that's motion.
Yes.
So, did they ask for the, health department for the free split part? Or was that something you guys voluntarily went in?
The B100, well.
Not the B100A,
Oh.
the free split, this other approval.
That was the B100A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cause you have one,
Because whenever you create a new property line, you're supposed to submit a B100A application,
Mhm.
so that you can show them that in creating an area, removing an area from the property, you're not using the only place
Yeah.
you could repair a septic system.
yeah, I've heard mixed.
In this
from
case,
them,
it's a
yeah.
little crazy, I think, because there's a big wetland in the middle, so you're not gonna go from that house all the way across 16 acres, crossing a
well,
wetland
yeah.
for your reserve area and your septic system.
So the
That well
concern
is
is
probably from
to
But-
take away the reserve or whatever
Right.
from the other, okay.
That's always been my understanding
Yeah.
of the purpose,
You
but
still find
Yeah.
out 40 years later.
it's a rule, it's a regulation that they have. that
Okay,
Anytime you create a property line, they have to review it. And
yeah.
What did the town want that drainage easement for? Just for the right to drain?
So if
Well,
you, it is,
According to Dave, it was so that if they have to clean out the pipe, a lot of times they'll go out to clean out the pipes and the property owner will come out and yell at them because they're on their property, so.
Yeah. it might be
He wanted an
prescriptive,
easement in there just so that,
yeah. In many, most of them end up being like kind of prescriptive in that sense, but it is better if we have the language in place.
Just curious. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had property owners put up the no trespassing signs and, yeah.
you know.
All right, do we have some action on this?
Motion to approve. What's the number?
251611.
Make a motion to approve application 251611.
Second.
Stephen Bergeron.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve application 25-1611 of Stephen Bergeron as it was presented. Do you hear any other comments on it? Okay, hearing none, Roll call. She wanted to come back to us, now I'm making her do this all the time.
There you go.
It's your fault.
Paul Archer,
Yes.
Rodney Galton,
Yes.
Chris McDonald,
Yes.
Karina Torrey,
yes,
and Sandy Eggers.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
How's he pronounce his name? Everyone, all my kids went to school with her, it's Gray or Gay? It is gay, I thought so. Well, that's, like I said, I think everybody's kids in the whole town all sent them there to driving school. Yep. Well, no, to get their license, they are usually already all home. That's how that works.
Yeah, so in the packet, the hard copy that's in front of you, there was an updated, yes.
Yes. Goodbye. See you sometime.
Okay.
Don't leave.
So, the one that went out on Friday, that was posted to the website, that, and I'll maximize this, but, the plan did have some updates based off some feedback, particularly from the health department, but as well as from staff. I did ask, for the retaining wall to be denoted on the plan, as well as the 251 elevation and topography, because all of those are things that we look for, where the existing water line was, all of that. So let me pass that out for you.
Did he not have the 251?
It wasn't called out.
That's kind of funny.
It was not called out on the original plan.
It's right there.
I believe that was my staff comment as well.
Okay, so actually under new business, this is application 25-1612 of Glen Gay, and it's for construction of a single-family residence
Yep.
at 86 Island Road.
What, so just pointing out some of the big differences from when the packet went out
Yep.
to now, besides the topography. Also, we have, sanitary sewer line denoted, overhead electrical denoted. The proposed well is now across the street, which is a private road. It could not be where it was initially proposed on the site. There is an existing well on the site that is being asked to be abandoned per the health codes. And other than the home itself, I believe we included, as part of your packet, the first go at the construction plans, I would say. I know the building official was working with them on upgrading some of those, but it's essentially like a kind of an A-frame style home. As this is a new application, you're receiving it tonight.
Yep.
You have the option to do a site walk if you'd like. I will say, just for some background, there was a cottage here. It was like a mobile home kind of, and it was raised. Yep. So it has been removed. We had worked with. They started with the building official for the demolition, and since then we've kind of tightened up some procedures because we would want them to start with wetlands before going forward with the demolition. But we've been monitoring it and had them put up silt fence on site. No fault of the applicant. It was a miscommunication between our building office and wetlands. So they are. There's nothing on site currently other than erosion protection.
Okay, obviously this will not be a public hearing. Does anyone want to go out on a site walk? What do you think? I don't either,
It's
but-
pretty easy to see from Island Road if you wanted to drive by
Drive by.
individually.
Is this site is cleared already as well?
This site is cleared. There's just silt fence up. It kind of berms to a silt fence on site. You can see the topography on the plan. Everything
Yeah.
kind of goes towards the water.
So everything that was there has been removed.
Yes,
All the land that he is leasing is cleared,
yes.
and they will build something to
They'll,
the utmost square footage that they can cover.
Yep, maximum, and they have the tables on the
Yeah.
top of that plan. The maximum lot coverage is 50%. Alexander's Lake has a overlay zone, allows them to go pretty close to the property lines, 6 feet. And they're not proposing a garage or anything on this side. I know they're in talks about on the other side of the road. Those ones typically don't come before you guys, they're just dealt with on staff level. So options for you guys would be if you wanted to receive it and schedule this for potential action next month, or you could defer to staff. That is up to you.
Well, I'm curious, you said the well's going across the street.
Yes, sir.
Does that have to be approved by the health department?
Yes, so the well location has already been submitted to the health department in talking with the applicant this morning, but we haven't heard anything from NDDH. So any approval obviously is going to be subject to that well.
Yes.
That's part of the reason, in particular at Alexander's Lake, I wouldn't want to see demolition before someone starting the permitting process, because there's always the potential maybe it doesn't work.
Right.
There's sanitary sewer here, so it makes it much easier
Yes.
than a long time ago when there wasn't.
Right.
I think I'd just as soon have it come back to us, wouldn't you?
Might as well, I mean,
I don't,
if,
it's not gonna, nothing's gonna jump with the well and everything else before next
No.
month anyhow.
no, I mean,
It's a short month anyhow, because this is.
right, they
public
need
meeting.
NDDH approval anyway, so might as well just kick it back to us next month.
Yeah, and NDDH is still on that, like, you know, on the perfect end, 4 weeks.
Yep.
Typically 6 to 8.
So do we have a motion to table this for action next month without a public hearing or site walk?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion's made and seconded to table application 25-1612 for action next month without a public hearing or site walk. Do we have a roll call vote again?
Paul Archer?
He's abstaining.
Oh, that's right, you're recused. Rodney Galton?
Yes.
Chris McDonald?
Yes.
Karina Torrey?
yes,
And Sandy Eggers?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Just for clarity, so which alternate voted?
Actually, which one of you two would like to vote as an alternate? Amy?
One of the alternates would be seated for
Okay.
Yeah,
this.
for this. Amy? Yes.
Okay.
All righty. So we're set on that. Nothing else for new business?
Nothing else for new
Did you
business.
have correspondence?
I do have one. Miss Brady in my office did slip this in our pile here. She's in the process of working with a community group at Cat Hollow to go for a grant. They have identified some invasive bamboo along the river trail and have reached out to contractor for quotes. But we're going through a grant process. The town council did greenlight the application process because there is a matching component with the grant. It's through Deep Urban Green and Community Garden Grant Program. And she asked if Sandy would endorse our application,
Yep.
albeit that this application, because of the nature of invasives management and the proximity to Cat Hollow, will ultimately still come back to you, even if it is for jurisdictional ruling.
I think I'd like to see us make a motion to support this grant as a full commission and make you write the letter to.
I already
show
have,
that support.
I already
Perfect.
have a
Oh, that's
letter.
fine. Okay, for your
So,
side.
and
Perfect.
that would be,
Perfect, because I think that's important that we support her grant application, and they love the more letters they get, the more. they
so,
love.
I have a signing spot for Sandy, but if everyone wants to, there's plenty of room
Everybody jump right in.
if they want
We
to
love
sign
to
it.
be inclusive.
So we can do that after the meeting if each of you don't mind endorsing this. Do you have a motion on that, or?
Do we have a motion for that?
I'll make a motion that we endorse the grant,
Application.
the grant application.
Is there a second? Second. Okay, Karina, does this make you feel more included doing the roll call vote?
Kind of, I guess.
Then we know you're really still there, you can't hide.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to hide, I just couldn't make it physically in,
No,
person.
that's all right.
And, yeah, and so next month I won't be able to make it in either, but I should be able to make it in person for November.
That would be nice to see you, it really will, we've missed you.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone in so long, so.
Yeah, I looked for you at the Woodstock Fair, Karina, couldn't find you.
Oh, yeah, no, I was not there.
Yeah.
That would be why, yeah, no, me and the scouts, we were not there, so.
That weekend, I was in Northampton on Saturday, Woodstock on Sunday with the animals, and Haddam Neck on Monday.
Okay, we got a motion.
All right, roll call vote. Roll call vote.
It's past my bedtime.
I know.
Paul Archer,
Yes.
Rodney Galton,
Yes.
Chris McDonald,
Yes.
Karina Torrey,
Yes.
and Sandy Eggers.
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously.
All righty. Now, anything else authorized agent or anything else going on?
I have nothing else right now. I believe there's some applications, I think, next month or so. We'll have a couple of things coming next week, you guys. We know that you have a lot of to deal with this, so I'm hopeful that we'll have very complete applications in the future, but we will see. You don't have a town council liaison on tonight. I don't think one's joined us remotely.
No, it doesn't look like that.
Yep.
Do we have, what do we do about pollution? This is the situation, I walked my dog like 3 months ago around the Target shopping center.
Yep.
And the swamp there had like.
Some trash and stuff, probably.
18 carts in
Yeah.
there, and then, then you walk around the building and there's several more, but.
So we could reach
Yeah,
out to,
chemicals.
yeah, we could reach out to the property management team there.
Yeah.
I know in the past we've had conversations with Lowe's where they've had some drift of materials when they're unloading trucks on their back end. But I can look to reach out to the kite management team for the that owns that plaza and see if we can get that corrected.
Just offer, free cart, anything forward and retrieve it. Give you a winch for.
Yeah.
Put your name right. Hey, did you, the one I talked to you about before, when change Stone Road with that excavator over near the dam?
So I did stop and talk with the property owner. He was under the impression that he is fully in compliance with a deep permit. I've met with him once since then. I'm in the process of confirming his deep permit status. It was, yeah.
Where the big cross is?
Yep.
Big excavator right there.
Yeah, so it was on the edge of the wetland when I went. I know you had seen it potentially inside of.
I never saw it inside.
Oh,
It was
okay.
on the edge.
It was on the edge. So they had according to the property owner, worked with Connecticut Deep to block up an old slough, the bypass, and it was leaking. So they blocked it with sandbags, went in, did a lot of maintenance, and then the machinery that was there was removing the sandbags and then depositing those elsewhere.
It sounds legitimate.
Yeah. I will.
I can see where Deep would want them to be doing something with that.
Yeah, on a property like that, we would always defer to Deep's Dam Division for enforcement, particularly. But I am going to confirm whether or not it is fairly common, surprisingly, that permits are issued through the Dam Division and little to no notification is sent to the municipality. And they're kind of interesting where you have to look up a spreadsheet and try to see if there is an active permit or if one just been closed out. So I will check on that. I know we as the town have had recent communications with them regarding our dams and asking for some plans with those. So I will see where they stand on this dam. But I have talked to the property owner. That was on, I think, Friday? Thursday, Friday?
Is that
Yeah.
your motion?
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Roll call?
Karina, we adjourned without a roll call. Do you still love us?
I'm sorry, what was that? Yes, I heard, you want a roll call? Am I-
No, we just adjourned without a roll
No roll
call.
call.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.